Hey guys, what you up to this evening? My family decided to go to the store, so I thought I would come live. I was not expecting to go live today, uh, but here I am. I've been studying probably for about 4 hours or more today. I can't get my mind off of Sebastian, folks. Okay. Hello, Grace. Hello, Chuchi. Hello, TJ. Hello. Let's see. Daisy Duke. Hello, Rita Bell. Lady Freedom. Let's see. I'm going down. Nicey Marie. Chuchi. Let's see here, guys. Trying to say hi to everybody. Lori Bliss Blessings. Hi, hon. West End. Come on in, guys. Chat's moving pretty quick, so if I don't answer your questions, hello, Bobby. If I don't answer you all right away, I will get to you. Guys, I've got about 20 screens pulled up. And I've come to realize, hello, little Miss Sharon, come on in. I've come to realize that we may have to separate this into like a 3-part series because I am finding way so much things. Okay. I really just don't know where to start. I want to talk about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers that went missing out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, February 25th, between 25th and the 26th, midnight to 6 a.m. From Hendersonville, Tennessee. Everybody, they're speculating. We are speculating that he left his home. Some believe that he did not make it home. So let me read my little thing here. My disclaimer. Can't even think of what it's called. Hang on. That's not it. There we go. Go down the big screen. It's Fair Use Act disclaimer at times. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. This channel is used for commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, education, teaching, and or scholarship. Okay, this is for speculation only. We are not the court of law. We will not say someone is guilty or not guilty on this channel. Some of the comments that are in the chat, we don't always agree. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Memo. Hello, everyone coming in. We got a lot in chat. There wasn't a lot of people live today either that I saw. I've been studying though, so welcome in, everybody. And I really just don't even know where to start. Now, Grace, you mind? You be good. Hey, Valley Girl, come on in. Let's start with, we're going to start with something extreme. I'm going to give y'all some wow material, okay? We're going to give credit too. And I've used this channel's commentary before, and I've always gave them credit. If we could drop their link in the chat. Hello, NeuroV. If we could drop their link in the chat. It's very hard to find their link for some reason. They're not a very big channel. But I have played this one before, guys. But we're just going to go over it a little. Hello, Elaine. We're just going to, Holly S., come on in. We're just going to go over snippets a little, okay? We're first going to start by talking about Sebastian, but we're also talking about all the different things in Sumner. In my opinion, speculation, okay? There was a child by the name of Grant Solomon that was in Sumner County. I do believe it was Sumner County, but it was a different city other than Hendersonville, I think. Let's pull this up. I want you all to see this. Like I said, I've got like 20 different things pulled up. But this is called Sumner's Batting Cage. Hello, Mally Cat. Come on in. I want y'all to see parts of this, and then we'll move forward to other things. Let me push pause on this till I get it on the screen. And my computer may act up because I do have a lot of tabs open. And it seems to want to act up. All my comments just went poof, and I don't know why. Can't see you guys. Hang on just a second. Can't see you
there were no
guys
other
at all.
witnesses, and as far as police and Aaron Solomon are concerned,
now that's wild. Are you guys still hearing me? Okay, there's your comments. Okay. Come on in, Canadian True Crime. Come on in. Okay. I want you guys to listen to a little bit of Grant's case. We're going to piece this together a little bit, okay? In speculation, allegedly, in my opinion. Hello, Kathy Gordon. Guys, there has to be some sort of connection, in my opinion, between missing children, CPS, religion, nonprofit, realty. That's in my opinion only, okay? But it just seems so crazy of everything that's going on, okay? And I'm going to push play on this. I want you guys to listen just for a second.
Police and Aaron Solomon are concerned. Grant died in a tragic freak accident. But here's where things go sideways. Grant's little sister does not buy Dad's story. Gracie Solomon thinks her father has something to do with her brother's death, and furthermore claims that her father did bad things to her as well. On YouTube and...
Now, guys, I'm going to tell you on this, okay? Grant and Gracie Solomon's father, which is Aaron Solomon, and this is in speculation, in my opinion, he was with Grant. Now, I want you to pay attention, okay, to what they say about the workers that were on the road. This is very strange to me.
Elsewhere, Gracie has claimed that her father sexually abused her for years and suggested that the abuse is what cost her brother his life. Aaron Solomon is denying everything, going so far as to sue his ex-wife, Angie, for defamation. To be clear, no charges have ever been filed against Aaron Solomon.
So, but then we have some other national cases that have come through here with Ray Whitley that have caused some really big headlines. Even Giuliani got in on this one, which is the Grant Solomon death. So the Grant Solomon death is where a teenager, Grant Solomon, was going to go forward to testify against his father for his father molesting his sister Gracie, and the school tried to cover it up there. And the next thing we know, Grant's dad wanted to meet with Grant at a location there in Sumner County, which is under Ray Whitley's control.
This is insane, guys. I want to say so much more, but there's so. I found some documents also. Okay. At all.
Grant's dad wanted to meet with Grant at a location there in Sumner County, which is under Ray Whitley's control. And mysteriously, Grant's pickup truck runs him over.
Runs his own pickup truck, runs him
Runs
over.
him over. Now, his father is very politically connected because he was a news anchor at I think it was Channel 4 News. And a lot of people thought a lot of him. But when we started digging into a lot of this stuff, and we started finding things that came back to some of these local schools and things like that, and basically a lot of kids that had been being molested, and it was trying to be covered up and stuff like that. We had enough information on this to be able, like right now, we've got enough information to pretty much prove that the Grant Solomon case was a murder. Like right now, we've got enough information to pretty much prove that the Grant Solomon case was a murder. But Ray Whitley refuses to open the case back up. So the joke in the medical examiner's office there, which is, it's a bad joke, but it is, if you want to murder somebody and get away with it, you do it in Sumner County. Okay. So think about that statement for a minute. If you want to do something, you do it in Sumner County if you want to get away with it. And that's, what does that tell you about this DA? It tells you he's a part of this criminal organization that we're looking at.
Okay. That's all I want to show you on that. But hang on just a second, guys. Hang on just a minute. Okay, guys. Sorry, I got a phone call. Okay, let's see here. Now, just remember that. Okay. And let's remember, yes, he pushed her to her breaking point, in my opinion. Let's see what it was about his wife. So he's connected as a news anchor. Okay? He's connected as a news anchor. I'm going to pull this on screen and then we're going to go to the next phase of this because there's so much crap. I truly, in my opinion, believe that this is so way bigger than what we think. That's my opinion, my speculation, and I can have my opinion on my channel. Women, okay, this was 4/14 of this year. Woman arrested in Yelm for hire plotted targeted her former morning news anchor husband. Bless her heart. Let's see here. A Tennessee woman was arrested after allegedly hiring a hitman to M her former TV anchor ex-husband. Angela Solomon was detained on Friday evening for solicited to commit first-degree M against her ex-husband, Aaron. Okay? You guys can read about her I don't want to go on about this because I want to move forward. But she went up against her ex. And from what I see, she had a bail and bailed out. She may have not bailed out, but I think she did end up bailing out. So let's move forward. And we're going to move forward to the next Psalms 37:13 because I feel it's important. If you guys remember correctly, oh, God, this started when I didn't want it to start. If you remember correctly, right down the street in Millersville, there was a sheriff that was trying to find out about the trafficking in the area, right? And if I'm not answering your questions right now, I'm sorry. But it was trying to find out about the trafficking situation in that area. And then they came in and they took his files and such. I think there is now a lawsuit that he's got. But this is going to blow your all's mind. Okay. I want you guys to see this. And this is Psalms 37:13 again. Okay. In my opinion, I hope everyone going to Pigfest watch their children. I believe it's a sight to see. My thoughts, my opinion, if you catch my drift. Yes, I agree. I want you to watch this, and we're going to go over something in one of the sponsors of Pigfest. I want y'all to listen to this real quick. Let's rewind. Let's pull on the screen. Like I said, I've got so many screens open, guys. So many. Okay, here we go. Listen, I'm starting in the middle, so we're not going to play all of it.
They're attacking us like this. Is the first thing that they want to take is our credibility so that we can't bring anything to the people.
RICO cases are popular in the news lately, so we hope to educate viewers on how they work, what racketeering is and what it includes and things of that nature. This lawsuit reveals government overreach, retaliation, violations of constitutional rights, and a racketeering scheme that obstructed a lawful police investigation into child trafficking and was there to arrest pedophiles that were in and around Millersville, Tennessee. Now, the lawsuit quotes disturbing admissions from defendants Kim Kelly and Phil Drake, who are alleged to have orchestrated a racketeering scheme involving targeting individuals to financially exploit them for their own personal gain. The lawsuit alleges that the defendants infiltrated the undercover pedophile sting conducted by the Millersville Police Department, and then provided the TBI and media with fabricated evidence, false statements, and edited recordings in order to target these detectives and promote their own unlawful business, a business which involved purchasing trafficked children and concealing them at a compound at an undisclosed location. Just like if you're trying to buy cocaine to take it off the street, you're still engaged in the illegal trafficking of narcotics in this sense, right? So you can't just go buy children and do it, but that's precisely what their business model was. So lawsuit describes in detail how Kim Kelly and Phil Drake were soliciting donations for this, essentially what they called the Survivors Center, where they were going to take these children by force or by buying them, or whatever, and then taking them to this undisclosed location in South Carolina, like a working farm or something like that, with armed guards.
I'm stopping this right here. Guys, look at this. A working farm in South Carolina. They have armored men. Okay? This video is allegedly saying that they were trafficking children, paying for them, allegedly, taking them to a camp supposed to have been trying to protect the children. Okay? Keep this in mind. We're going to move forward. I just want you to see this. Yeah, Chuchi, Lori, I know, blowing my mind.
Around it. There are videos up there on YouTube right now that
we're building your friend's house. Nonprofit, and we're building a survivor center for people that were trafficked, so they have a place to live for free.
There are videos up there on YouTube right now.
Hang on. I'm pausing it again. Don't mean to keep stopping, but did you hear what the man said while he was in that house building that home? He said it's a nonprofit for children that have been abused and such. Okay? I brought this up at Jay. Okay, I'm seeing your comments. I'm going to pause just a second. Yeah, I like to stop and kind of explain because I'm starting in the middle. Dog and Nick in chat. Thank you, lady. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't got to talk to you lately, so. But wait until I get into this, guys. I may be far-fetched on something, but I feel honestly, in my opinion, I'm not being too far-fetched. Okay, because this is insane. And for some reason, I'm trusting this.
Now that shows some very young children,
In my opinion,
little blonde-haired, blue-eyed babies that I don't know if they're whose children they are, but the defendants are representing that these are children that have been rescued from, and they don't say whether they were purchased or whether they were taken by force from the traffickers, but this is pretty disturbing stuff. And I think that the federal government and state entities like SLED or something need to go check this out, because Phil Drake's in prison or jail right now waiting charges for cattle theft, as Sean Taylor was mentioning. So who's watching these kids if they're there? I mean, he's flat out admitted that his goal was to take them and then they got to conceal them.
In my opinion.
So he's admitted to bribing children or bribing government officials. And Kim, if you want to play that video, that's
watch this. Listen closely,
shocking
guys.
admission here.
Listen this.
So we had an issue where we were going to rescue some children, and we were in a bidding war is what it was, because there's a lot of stuff that you got to do to be able to get access to these kids. So we were in a bidding war.
These kids were being sold like in an auction.
Yeah, through CPS, just so you know.
In an auction.
Yeah, through CPS.
Through CPS.
Through CPS. Through CPS.
In an auction.
Yeah, through CPS, just so you know, in the state of Texas. So we didn't have enough cash on hand to have the winning bid. Right. So I personally reached out to an organization that's constantly, yay God, yay Jesus, witches, and the Democrats, and blah, 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 blah. Well, they get all this tons of freaking money from all this MAGA horse shit, right? And I'm like, look, we're going to need about $35,000. 8 children. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to them. We need the money. Well, I don't know if we can give you the money or not, but I would like to video it and put it in a documentary so we can bring awareness to it. And we could not get to the children. And this is a very large organization that runs their damn mouth a whole hell of a lot. And they'd rather go chase ghosts and witches and shit like that and manipulate people than to actually save children. And if they watch this, you know who the hell I'm talking about it. And I don't give a shit how you feel.
They were talking about V4CR in that video as basically being all talk and no walk. Now, essentially, they ambushed Craig Sawyer. I guess earlier. This video was in April, and then they did it again in May. Kim Kelly did at the actual pedophile sting on one of the days. We had multiple witnesses that asked about this, but she got very upset. Went up and said, you know, give us the $35,000. Of course, Craig Sawyer knows that that's illegal. I mean, if you're on the buy side of traffic children, your intentions are irrelevant, just like.
Because we're going to move forward again. Guys, this is blowing my ever-loving mind because you don't ever think about things like this happening, especially in your, in your state, in your town. Okay, let me see here. Gosh, I didn't pull my files. Hang on, guys. I've got so much crap going on. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Give me a second. Y'all just talk amongst yourselves if you don't mind. I'm sorry. There's just so much. And I don't think I'm going to be able to fit it in tonight. I really, really don't. But in my opinion, there's so many connections. There's so much crap going on in and around the area. I feel like something has to be connected, in my opinion. Something crazy is going on in Tennessee, guys, in my opinion. Okay? It's insane. But let me see here. Let me see. Okay, we were talking about Grant Solomon. That's one of the things I wanted to pull up. Agreed, Tina girl. I saw your comment just now. What did Sebastian see on the computer? Okay, let's see here. Gosh, I'm trying to do this. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's see. Let's read this real quick. I'm skimming over this stuff so that we get it all in here, okay? But I'm trying to get this pulled up. My voice keeps going out. Trying not to be boring, guys. Sorry. I hate to just have to read to you guys. Okay. No, this is not the one I was going to pull up. That's the documents. I'm going to pull that up in a minute. Let's pull something else up. Hang on. This is the school document. Let's see. What happened to my screen? The school document from Grant's school that he was attending. Evidently, he had went to the school and told them what was happening to him. Allegedly. Okay? And the school did not believe him. No, that's not where I need to be. We're going to go. Crap. Hang on, guys. We're just going to pull this up. Come on. Sorry, guys. My computer's going all over the place. It's like, whoa, you got too much going on me. Okay, the Grant Solomon. Let's see. Trying to find where it's at. Here's a citizen complaint. This is Angelic Watch exclusive citizen complaint. Okay. This is where it looked like to me that Grant was trying to tell them what was going on. Okay. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm not going to be able to answer in chat. I'm going to read just a little because it's so big. Okay. It's a group of concern in Williamson County citizens. This is Franklin, Tennessee. Now this is important, guys. Listen. Evidently, this is Williamson County Sheriff's Department and Franklin Police Department hand delivery to, it was a citizen complaint against Grace Christian Academy in Franklin, Tennessee, allegedly, and in my opinion. The concern is for the safety and well-being of Gracie and Grant Solomon and all the children who attended GCA. The evidence presented here indicates other children, not just Grant and Gracie, could be at risk without strict mandated reporter training and instructed of admission, guidance, counselors, coaches, teachers, and any of the volunteers. Evidently, they were concerned about Grant and Gracie. Okay? It says a person knows or has reasonable cause to suspect that a child has. This is just all the documents, okay? I do not have time to read all that right now, but I just wanted to show you documents. And remember that school. Remember. Oh, man, my screen's just going crazy, guys. Just remember that, okay? Now, we're going to piece 2 and 2 together, in my opinion. Okay? I don't know if you guys know a whole lot about different religions or anything like that, and I don't get religious on here, and you know where I stand on that. But there is a certain religion that is very secretive, and I'm just going to tell you about it. And I'm going to show you the reason I know. We have family members that are in that religion. Okay? In that religion, they believe that babies do not have a soul. That's not the way I believe. But I'm just going to tell you, the people that I know believe babies don't have a soul, that women do not go to heaven. It is more like a cult to me than a religion, folks. Okay? And some of the churches, hang on, let's just pull this up. Let's see if I can pull this up. I'm going to show you. There's a certain sponsor. Let me see if I can download it real quick for you or upload it. Let's see here. Where am I at? Okay, right here. And no shade on this sponsor of Pigfest, okay? And I didn't get to pull it up. Crap. I'll pull it up one day for y'all. But the name, if you'll go look on the Pigfest website, okay, there is a person, where was it? It was called CMG Financial. Okay? They are a sponsor of Pigfest. Okay? Drink tea at Kiki. I know, right? I'm trying to get a drink. Hang on. Some coffee. Okay? Now listen, guys. Most, and I'm saying most of your Grace Baptists, okay, follow this religion. Not all, but some. If you're independent Baptist, not all, and I'm saying this, but some, okay, and let's not get religious about anything, but some follow a certain person by the name of Peter Ruckman, and you can do your studies, okay? And they have a big church. He passed away, but the church is still open, and it is in Florida. It is in Florida. I was researching a little bit on this sponsor for Pigfest. Come to find out, they're part of Bible Baptist Church in Hendersonville, the Chamber of Commerce, the Sumner Association of Realtors. Okay? Just saying, in my opinion, what I found. Okay? I don't know this person, and they may not be affiliated with nothing like this. But if you will do research, most of the Bible Baptists And I know this for a fact because, in my opinion, we have a family member that belongs there. They go to conventions in Florida. I think it's Pensacola, Florida, if I'm not mistaken. They go to this church. Men go to the conventions, okay? Women sit on the back pews. The men throw Bibles at each other. But also, there's weird things that I found in this. So I'm trying to connect. If y'all know, allegedly, I'm trying to connect. No, I'm not saying they're affiliated. I'm not saying they're affiliated at all. Don't go to him. Don't nothing. I'm just saying and stating that what I know about the church that's in Florida, okay, the main hub. Yes, everything is my opinion and alleged. Please don't go to other creators and say, "Oh my Lord, this person is connected to this." No, that's how rumors start. We need to stay factual. I'm just going down rabbit holes, okay, and thinking. But there's some also, and I'm not going to name any other sponsors, okay? But there are other sponsors of the Pigfest, okay? And a lot of them are financial institutions, churches, realty, different things like that. But one person that I found, and you can do your own research, this is my opinion, works with farms, estates, residential, real estate, industrial, and heavy equipment. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. So we're going to do our own research. I want you guys to do your own research and connect dots. Yes, Chuchi. I want you all to do your own research and, in my opinion, connect the dots. Okay, let's go forward. This is what happened, excuse me, of someone that followed Peter. Yeah, Kathy, I know. I don't know. It's very strange religion, and I don't know a whole lot about it. Just know that I do know they stand on the street corners. You can research it. Okay. They stand on the street corners with signs. If you see a car with a lot of Bible verses on it, they like to put King James Bible verses up on the back of their cars. Okay. I know this for a fact because we have a family member that is associated in that. I'm just trying to put two and two together, okay? I'm not trying to blame anyone. This is our speculation and our opinion. So don't go run into people and saying, "Oh, Kiki said this," okay? Because Lord knows I don't want nobody saying, "Oh, you're spreading misinformation," because I'm not. I'm just pulling the receipts and we are speculating, okay? Right here, and you can go study this yourselves, okay? Bible Baptists, a lot of them, not all of them, several churches, guys, follow this guy right here, okay? After he passed away, his son actually had committed aside and his two children, okay? So I want you to go read about that, but it talks about a corrupt cult, basically, is what they're saying. But let's go pull this in, and then we'll get to other things too. I'm trying my best. Hi, Ginger Snap. I don't want to be boring, like I said, but I'm trying to pull everything I can out. Okay. I want you to see this. This is about his sons. Yes, everything is, in my opinion, speculations. But I'm bringing up news articles. I want y'all to see this. Let's see. I need to pull it on the screen. Gosh, this StreamYard's jumping around every which way. Okay, let's see here. Son, grandkids of controversial Pensacola pastor Peter Ruckman passed away in a young side. Okay, so that's the son. He was 58 years old, and he had a 12-year-old and 14-year-old. I'm not sure the story on that, but that's a sad situation. Really, really sad. Okay, let's move on from the religious thing. I don't want y'all to get bored. Let's move on to. So I Googled, yes, that's very, very sad. But I Googled y'all, excuse me. I Googled something and I found, actually, instead of talking about the real estate, let's go over to a gentleman that is on Instagram. And from my understanding, this gentleman is a very, very, very nice man. I don't know him personally, but he helps with foster children's Christmases and things like that in the Hendersonville area. Okay, so don't go to him, talking to him, nothing like that. Good Lord. We got enough chaos going on. Okay, so I want you all to hear his message to people about CPS. And this is him, his opinion, not my opinion, not my speculation. This is him doing an Instagram. And if we could drop credit to, I forgot to do this, TJ or whoever, Grace Paris lady, to foster families. Hang on, let me pull this up. Foster Families Assistance.net. And the screen kind of goes green in the middle of him talking, but you can still usually hear him. Yes, please be kind. Do not harass anyone. We are just speculating. I'm hoping this is going to pull up. Let's close that out. Let's go to this. Okay. If you guys are ready, I'm going to play this. Let's see here. Where's he at? Okay, let's see. We're going to play this.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Anthony with Foster Families Assistance Network. Just wanted to touch base. Found an article yesterday from early September about some DCS news here in the state of Tennessee. They've been approved for funding an extra $108 million, I think, in funding for, and I quote, a robust real estate plan. And I just kind of wanted to break down, in my opinion, what that means. I read the news release from DCS. Sounds fantastic. I'll give you an idea. Culmination of almost a year's worth of work by Governor Bill Lee, the General Assembly, and DCS leadership. So, they put all the frou-frou words around there. Sounds very formal. I guess my initial thing, and I'm posting the article. It's very, very short. Basically, they're going to increase or put some money into intake and assessment centers. That's what they're calling them, where children can stay for initial placement up to 30 days. Sounds great, right? But my first thought is no, it does not sound great. So here's why. We don't have enough parents. We haven't put enough they say they've tried to do some stuff. They put that bonus out earlier this year. They did get about 650 additional applications through that program. I don't know what the results of it were as far as that goes, but um, it really, none of that all that matters. We have over 9,000 kids in custody. We only have 2,500 to 3,000. I'm sorry, we've lost 2,500 to 3,000 foster homes in the past couple years. We're still short 700 agents ish around the state. So that hasn't changed. So they're having trouble finding placements, initial placements. So their idea here is to build these facilities in all three regions, Western, Middle, and Eastern Tennessee, to house children. And I'm going to give you the direct quote, and then I'm going to tell you why it's not what this quote says. Together, we are forging a new path and reimagining possibilities for Tennessee's children in need. So listen, what they're basically creating is an orphanage. If you weed out all the frou-frou words and all the supposed things they're going to do, you're building a building because you don't have homes for children to go to. So you're building a facility to house children in. That's called an orphanage. And that program started in the mid 1800s. And that's how foster care got its birth.
Guys, there's
and the reason
nothing
foster
wrong.
care got
His
its birth
screen just
out
was
of
green.
orphanages
Just listen.
is because orphanages were historically notorious for abuse, lack of care, and really not doing the things that they said they were going to do. There's a lack of accountability in an orphanage because nobody except the people that work there have access to verify things. So if the group that's putting something
This is
together
insane.
is the only group that can then report on the success or failure of what they've put together, it already sets a precedent for fraudulent reporting, in my opinion. All this is my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. All I know is when we say forging a new path, reimagining possibilities, no, we're not. We're going back to the 1800s because we literally have no other option. So they say in the government. Now, what's better than that? I don't know. If we had 100, if we could approve an additional 109 million or 108 million for robust real estate planning, we probably could have set aside that money to help actual foster families. And I really don't want to hear about how much the daily stipend is or anything like that. If you dig down and you're aware of what's going on in the foster care world,
Thank you,
it's
TJ.
much more than a daily stipend that's a problem. Not everybody can get the daycare. Kinship placements are underfunded. Therapies don't get approved. There's all kinds of roadblocks and obstacles set up that hinder the success of a foster family. And instead of addressing those, we're throwing $108 million on, basically facilities that were popular in the late 1800s, early 1900s, much like any other
building.
Failed experiment like that.
They're building.
So anyway, I'm posting the article. I would love to have some feedback. I'd love to get comments. If you don't want to make them public, do an anonymous post. I'd be glad to speak with anybody.
And guys, I think I'm going to reach out to him and maybe have him on my panel if he feels comfortable to give him a voice. But I feel like he truly cares for what's going on with the kids. Okay? We will have to follow up on other things later. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. I had just a few more things. Okay, this is one of his posts. I think it was either on Instagram or Facebook. I'm not sure. But let's see here. I can barely see it. This was on Facebook. It says Foster Families Assistance Network and feeling determined July 7th. After much delay and several rewrites and several back to the research board for clarity myself as part 4, Juvenile Justice in Tennessee. I'm going to attempt post 1 through 3 in the comments section, but I will adjust it if I need to. Let's start this part with a question. Do you think, no, listen guys. Do you think a child in the state of Tennessee who is placed in state custody should ultimately be sent to a private party detention center run by groups who have no oversight? Simple question, not complicated premise. If we are at a point where children should be incarcerated in juvenile detention facility centers, placed into residential homes that are privately owned and managed, shouldn't there be some sort of mechanism for oversight and inspection from a third party to ensure our children are being treated humanely within the law and within their rights? I would like you to reference a news story done by Channel 5 News citing the history of juvenile justice issues since 2019, culminating with a failed bill co-sponsored by senators on both sides of the aisle. Hang on. I'm going to read this second one. And it says, if we are at a point where children, okay, I've already read that. I would like you to reference a news story done by Channel 5 News citing the history of the juvenile justice issue since 2019, with a failed bill co-sponsored by senators on both sides of the aisle. As I said, part 3, DCS opposed that bill, but go deeper than the DCS money involved. Please take a look at the article in the comments, the Cliff Note version. And it says Jason Cruz, who owns the Middle Tennessee Juvenile Detention Center, formed a political action committee after the issues of 2019, you guessed it, started donating legal amounts of money to keep House representatives, senators, and yes, our governor. And you guessed it, the bill got steamrolled, which only wanted some oversight placed on juvenile facilities. It says I challenge you all to take a look at the donations made to the politicians in the article. So, wanted you guys to see this information that this gentleman was putting out. And good for him to be local and to take a stand, in my opinion. All this is alleged and in my opinion, but I will, guys, get back on here on Monday or maybe even tonight when everybody goes to bed. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I love you guys. Thank you so much to my mods. The chat was moving tonight, but let's place this all together. One thing I did want you to see, did I download it? Oh, here's one thing. I forgot. You know, they said we had to be a sponsor at Pigfest to be able to hand out flyers. Look, $100, folks. We can be a sponsor. $100. We can be a sponsor at Pigfest. We can hand out flyers, right? Thank you guys for saying great job. Thank you. We just need to study a lot more, and the pieces will come together, in my opinion, allegedly. We are not blaming anyone. But look, guys, we can sponsor. Can you email Kiki what we need to research? Yes, email me. Let me type my email in here. Let's see here. KikiTrueCrime@gmail.com. And I check my emails every day, guys. But we can be a sponsor. One thing I wanted to bring up too that I didn't get to download. See if I can do that before my family gets home, because when my family gets home, I want to get off the phone. At night, had put up another update about, they were talking about Sumner County in the update. So you guys need to go see at night post on Facebook about Sumner County. But thank you guys. They have to approve your material, Bobby. Really, if you're a sponsor, I don't see why you would have to. I heard they did. Yeah, I heard the director of the Parks and Recs wanted to get it approved to hand out. That's right. That's right. That's true. But that's insane. But there may be something we can do. Love y'all. Thank you so much. I hope this is informative to you guys. This is my opinion, speculation, but I'm trying to put all these things together, and let's find Sebastian, guys. It's been way too long. Seth needs Sebastian home. Pray for Seth. Pray that the Lord will give him strength to keep going. Let's stick together. Let's work together, guys. Thank you, guys. Love you all. See you later. Good night.